Modern factory farms have created a perfect storm environment for powerful viruses. All through history, viruses have mutated, and sometimes they've taken nasty forms that scathe through the human population. But the scientific evidence increasingly suggests that we have unwittingly invented an artificial way to accelerate the evolution of these deadly viruses and pump them out across the world. They are called factory farms. So let's compare two types of farms. The farms from the old days where one would have maybe 20 pigs roaming the land. So what would happen if a virus developed in one of the pigs? At every stage, the virus would meet stiff resistance from the pigs' immune systems. They were living in fresh air, on the diet they evolved with, and without any stress, so they had a robust ability to fight back. If the virus did take hold, it would travel only as far as a sick pig could walk. The virus only had 20 pigs maximum to spread and mutate in before meeting the end of its evolutionary path and die off. It had little opportunity to fan out across a large population of pigs or evolve a strain that could be transmitted to humans. Now compare this to what happens when a virus evolves in a modern factory farm. In most swine farms today, 6,000 pigs are crammed snout to snout in tiny cages where they can barely move and are fed for life on artificial pulp while living on top of cesspools of their own stale feces. Instead of having just 20 pigs to experiment and evolve in, the virus now has a pool of thousands, constantly infecting and reinfecting each other. The virus can combine and recombine again and again. The ammonium from the waste they live above burns the pigs' respiratory tracts, making it easier yet for the viruses to enter them. Better still, the pigs' immune systems are in free fall. They are stressed, depressed, and permanently in panic, making them far easier to infect. There is no fresh air or sunlight to bolster their natural powers of resistance. They live in air thick with viral loads, and they are exposed every time they breathe in. As Dr. Michael Greger, Director of Public Health and Animal Agriculture at the Humane Society of the United States explains, put all this together and you have a perfect storm environment for these super strains. If you wanted to create global pandemics, you'd build as many of these factory farms as possible. That's why the development of swine flu isn't a surprise to those in the public health community. In 2003, the American Public Health Association, the oldest and largest in the world, called for a moratorium of factory farming because they saw something like this would happen. It may take something as serious as a pandemic to make us realise the real cost of factory farming. Dr. Ellen Silbergeld is a professor of environmental health sciences at Johns Hopkins University and has said that there is very much a link from factory farms to the new, more powerful strains of flu we are experiencing. Instead of a virus only having one spin of the roulette wheel, it has thousands and thousands of spins for no extra cost. It drives the evolution of new diseases. The Centre for Computational Biology at Columbia University has studied the H1N1 swine flu virus and now believes that it is not a new emergence of a triple human swine bird flu virus. It is a slight variant on a virus we have seen before that evolved in the artificial breeding ground of a vast factory farm in North Carolina. Dr. Silbergeld adds, factory farms are not biosecure at all. People are going in and out all the time. It's no coincidence that we have seen sudden surges of new viruses in the past decade at precisely the moment when factory farming has intensified so dramatically. Swine flu has been stable since 1918, and then suddenly in this period went supercharged. We know that bird flu developed in the world's vast poultry farms, and we know that pumping animal feed full of antibiotics in factory farms has given us a new strain of MRSA. It's a simple, horrible process. The only way to keep animals alive in such conditions is to pump their feed full of antibiotics. But this has triggered an arms race with bacteria, which start evolving to beat the antibiotics and emerge as pumped up, supercharged bacteria, invulnerable to our medical weapons. This system gave birth to a new kind of MRSA that now makes up 20% of all human infections with the virus. Of course, agribusiness is desperate to deny all of this. Their bottom line is to make money. If we carry on like this, bird flu and swine flu will just be the beginning of a century of viral outbreaks. As we witness a global pandemic washing across the world, we need to shut down these virus factories before they shut down even more human lives.